Well, this is basically the first video for my personal YouTube channel after a long time. Now, technically, this is not my first video on this very channel. There are several other videos that I have uploaded in the past, but mostly those videos are for school projects and some random videos that are not very important. But this time around, it is a bit different. So I made this video with intention and I just want to create something for myself. So this is gonna be just some random videos that perhaps I will upload occasionally on my channel. And there are several things that I want to do while doing something like this. And by the way, this video game, this is actually real time. I'm playing this game while talking at the same time. So I won't be very sharp, but that's actually part of the goal. So why I'm making this video? Well, I just want to improve my speaking fluency, and I think I'm on a level where I can speak English quite okay. It's not perfect, definitely. I do make mistakes like pronunciation mistakes and grammar mistakes, but hopefully by increasing the amount of time, the amount of minutes and even hours when I'm speaking in this language, hopefully I will get better. And there are several reasons, there are several motivations why I'm making this kind of video. So first, of course, I want to improve my fluency. I want to get better, and well, yeah, hopefully by just talking a bit more, I will catch my mistakes. I will avoid mistakes, and over time I'm expecting myself to be better at speaking in English. And not to mention, this is deliberate. I'm going to speak as good as I can while focusing on this game. Now, this game itself is not particularly demanding, but it is still something that I need to attend to. So yeah, I basically have two things to do at the same time, but that should not be a problem. I saw many professional gamers and streamers on the internet. They're making videos daily, they're speaking, they are playing video games. Like, one example that I would think of is Hikaru Nakamura. He is a chess player and also chess streamer, and he can play chess at the same time talking and discussing or chatting with the audience, which is just ridiculous. Chess is very demanding, you have to focus, but this game, this is just a simulation game, and as you can see, I'm not driving particularly fast, so hopefully I can do okay while playing the game and also talking. So that's one motivation. I just want to be better. I want to get better at speaking, and yeah, there are many people that do the same thing, and hopefully I can emulate what they have done. So that's one. The second reason is perhaps I just want to get something out of my chest. There are several topics or opinions that I want to talk about. Now, I can obviously just talk to anyone, that's totally doable, but sometimes there is the beauty of just talking about something yourself. So there is a concept, especially in the programming world, called I forgot the name. It's something that is related to a duck. Yeah, that animal, that bird. So duck debugging or something, I forgot the name again, but basically there is a sort of duck toy that some programmers keep on their desk, and if they encounter a problem, they will just talk to that duck. It's not a robotic duck, it's not AI, this is before AI, and they just talk about the problem. And while explaining that problem to that duck, it automatically helps them to solve the problem. So sometimes while just talking, you might be able accidentally found the solution to the problem. So this is actually a well-known tactic. So, and also it is a good way to help yourself understand something on a much deeper layer. So that is also something that I want to emulate while creating this kind of video. Yeah, it's basically similar to that. And yeah, I'm going to speak in English. I'll try to get better, and also I'm going to talk about several different topics, so hopefully by just talking about it I can get a better understanding about that. But I don't have any particular or specific topics in mind. I just want to say something about anything, about random stuff that I might encounter every day. Perhaps in the foreseeable future I would probably talk about some chapters on the book that I'm reading. So I said something read, it should be read. Yeah, sorry about that. That would happen. Yeah, as you can see, I'm still making quite a lot of mistakes when I'm speaking, and also it's a bit difficult while focusing at the same time. I don't want to crash my truck, so I have to be careful. I have to check the GPS as well, the navigation. Yeah, normally when I'm playing this game, it goes really fast, like 120 kilometers per hour, which is not allowed, of course, but there is something fun about it, hauling a really big truck and also driving really fast, trying to avoid a collision. And it was really fun. It is not meant to be fast. It is a simulator video game, so the goal is not to be as fast as possible. It is to be as realistic as possible, but sometimes it is still fun to just go really fast with this truck. But anyway, I digress. So yeah, that's the goal of this channel. I just want to be able to speak well, speak better in the language. And another thing is that I do notice when I'm speaking, I speak rather fast in some portion of my speech. It's difficult. It's not because I love speaking fast. I don't like it. I don't like speaking fast. It is exhausting. But at the same time, if I don't speak fast, I couldn't pronounce certain things properly. In the English language, you cannot talk slow. You cannot talk really fast. I mean, you can, but let's say it's difficult to do so. There are a few words that sound strange when you say it out loud, but very slowly. It just doesn't make any sense and maybe difficult to understand. So there is a certain limit or threshold. You cannot say it too slow or too fast. And yeah, that is something that I also still have to maintain and improve. What else? Yeah, also the train of thought. Sometimes I just don't know what to say. Yeah, that's another thing. And my goal here is that I'm trying to make this video or this recording to be at least 10 minutes long. My original goal was actually to make it 30 minutes long. It is a way to force myself to speak or to have the stamina to speak for 30 minutes straight, which is not easy. But again, it is just like any exercise. If you condition yourself or subjecting yourself to that level of environment or situation, then you will adjust automatically. It might be difficult at the beginning, but eventually you will be able to do so. But I think 30 minutes of talking is a bit challenging, so I'll try something that is a bit more manageable, perhaps just 10 minutes. If I can go to 15, I'll go to 15, but let's start with 10 minutes, and if it is okay, then I will continue to 20, 30, or maybe even 1 hour if I want to. And speaking about the duration, there are actually some names on YouTube that can speak like for hours non-stop. That is crazy. So one example is Moist Critical. He made lots of videos on his channel, and what's interesting about his approach is he's speaking without script. I think he's speaking without any teleprompter or script. Basically, he just learned a topic, maybe very briefly, but then he has all the knowledge, he has all the words that he needed to explain or to rehearse that story again to his audience without reading a script and without any hiccup. From what I can tell, there is barely any mistake when he's speaking. Now, granted that he is indeed a native English speaker, he speaks in that language every day, so it's probably going to be a bit easier for him to find some new word that he wants to say in his videos. But still, even if you ask me to say that, to do something like that in my mother language, then I think it is still quite difficult. So I think that is the beauty of subjecting yourself to something that is difficult every day, like speaking every day, and to keep people engaged with whatever you're talking about. That's actually an amazing skill to have. There are many great leaders that are natural at storytelling. They can influence people, they can change people by the way they are speaking. I think that's actually an underrated superpower. Storytelling is definitely a skill that will get you really far. So yeah, that's also another reason why I'm making this video. I'll try to get better at speaking and also speaking well, speaking effectively. I mean, I can speak, but that doesn't mean that people would listen or engage for hours. So yeah, I'll probably will absorb some new knowledge and I'll try to apply that the next time I'm making this video. And speaking about reading or acquiring a new knowledge, I actually read some books. So far, well, I'm a very slow reader. I'm only reading perhaps, I don't know, in total, maybe not even 10 videos. Oops, I just hit that car. Okay, doesn't matter, not a big deal. So I read several books and very slow. I don't know why people are able to create or read several books in a month. I just don't get it. It's just impossible for me to do something like that. So I read several books and most of them are related to personal development. And the latest book that I just finished is called Effortless. Yeah, it's actually a really good book, and basically it is just several tips on what to do, how you can reduce the steps, how you can make your life simple, which leads to good habits, which leads to improvement and quality in life, etc. It's a good book. I mean, I kind of don't remember all the points, and that's why I actually have read that book twice, maybe even 3 times. I don't remember. And the reason is that every time you're reading a book, you are reading in a different moment in your life. At some point, some chapters that you don't really remember might just hit differently, and you'll understand that well better because now you are in a much more relevant situation to understand that particular chapter or knowledge from the book. And that's why I actually read that book several times. And also, I'm not like the kind of person who reads maybe 10 pages a day, 20 pages a day. No, I literally, my minimum is just one paragraph a day. Maximum is 1 page. So essentially just either 1 paragraph or maybe 3 or 4 paragraphs a day. But it is different because I'm reading not for the sake of reading. I'm reading for the sake of understanding and trying to apply that to my life. I'm trying to learn from that because I don't want to just read so I can have a good habit. It is a good habit, but reading so you can benefit from the book, I think that's actually way more powerful, and that goes beyond the quantity of the book that you are reading. And that's why I read that book several times. And maybe I'm going to read that book again. Why this car is stopping? Oh, there is a crash. I think I have to move to a different lane. Yeah, that can happen. Okay. Yeah. And the book that I'm reading right now is not actually that book anymore. I have finished that book. So the book that I'm reading right now is Atomic Habits. It's actually my second run for the book. Perhaps it is my second run. I think it is my second run. Yeah, at some point I didn't finish the book, so now I'm doing it again, but hopefully I will finish the book. Yeah, it is actually a good book, and I still remember exactly what I just read a few hours ago. Yeah, the chapter that I was reading from that book was quite interesting. It's talking about how your habits... it's actually talking about the difference between a system and a goal. So there are many athletes, there are many sports teams, and they have the same goals, but why some are better than others? Why one team is winning but the others are not? Why a person can achieve something but other people is not able to do the same? Well, it comes down to the system, not the goal. So you can only be as good as the system that you created. Perhaps one example would be, there's actually one example from the British cycling team. They never won Tour de France at all. They never won any medal from that prestigious competition. But then there is a new coach that I forgot the name, but he brings something new. He knows that the team has everything. The team has the money, the people, the willingness to actually win the competition, but they never did. So he tried something else. Instead of just focusing on improving or maybe trying to do the stuff like practicing or giving the athletes harder and harder practice or more discipline or stuff like that, I think they are very helpful, but eventually he did something that is quite simple but very effective. So he looks at the system, he looks at the bicycle, he looks at every the truck hits me again. Oh, come on. Okay, so basically the coach, he tried something else. There are many things in a bicycle. There are many components. He tried to improve maybe the drivetrain by just 1%. 1% is nothing. I mean, why would he spend hours, days, weeks to improve 1%? But he did it anyway, improving the 1% of the one component, the drivetrain of the bicycle. And then he improved the frame, and then he improved maybe the equipment, the water bottle, maybe just 1%, 1% better, 1% lighter, 1% more efficient. It's nothing, right? And it is ridiculous. Why would you spend so much time and money improving just 1% of a tiny part of your system? But that 1% compounds into a few percent. And then over time, when you keep improving that, when you keep doing the 1% improvement, it's going to be a ridiculously huge margin. So after this new coach come in and change the system, guess what? The British team kept winning the medals from Tour de France. They kept winning. They're now known as the formidable opponent in the competition. They used to be always losing and people know that they will never win, but now they are just always the favorite to win the competition. And that's by just changing 1% of the system. Actually, not even the whole system, just a tiny portion of the system. It is not big, but it has a huge impact positively on the team. So yeah, that's actually a great example. There are many other examples, but I think that's a really powerful example. And as someone who cycles a lot, I can resonate with that. It is true that oftentimes we just do one tiny thing. We don't actually try to upgrade to the latest component. We just want to maybe fix this thing, fix that thing, and then try to make it better, try to make it faster or more efficient. And that seems to be trivial, and we often just ignore it, but it is actually very, very important, useful, and perhaps has the most impact than the other methods and strategies. And therefore, this 1% improvement is powerful, and I'll try to improve that. I will try to apply that to some aspects on my daily routines. And well, I think it comes down to this video again, why I'm making this video. I'm going to create videos as often as I can, and I'm not going to do much on every video. Maybe I'll just improve by 0.1%, maybe, and then the next video I'll improve again by 0.1%. But over time, after dozens of videos, maybe even hundreds of videos, I think my speaking quality of this very first video against my latest video would be significantly different. I'm not saying that's gonna be wow different. It depends. Perhaps it depends on my effectiveness at learning, but I'm pretty sure I will improve. I will get better by just doing something consistently. And that reminds me to a professional basketball player from USA, and which I forgot the name again, but he said something that is quite intriguing. 80% of success is just showing up. 80% of success is just showing up. You go to the gym, or let's say you are trying to lose weight or gain weight. You go to the gym or you start exercising or start eating healthy. You did it once, no effect. You did it twice, no effect. 1 week, no effect. 2 weeks, maybe there is a slight difference, but almost no noticeable impact. But keep doing it over time, and you'll see that after a year, you will be a different person. So that's really the power of just 1% improvement. Yeah, I will try to apply that as much as I can. But yeah, that's actually an interesting point that I have learned from that book very recently. And I'm not yet finished reading that book. It's still very, very early. And well, I'll keep reading, and maybe if there is something interesting, I'll try to share that on this video on my channel. But right now, I just hit 21 minutes. That is crazy because my goal was just 10 minutes. My goal was 10 minutes, but now it is 20 minutes. Very close to my aspirational goal of 30 minutes, which I don't know if I'm going to do that, but it is just perhaps this is a nice sign that I indeed has stamina to actually talk for nearly 30 minutes. So I think I'm going to end the video very, very soon because my driver here. Oh, you know what? I'm going to stop the video around here. Yeah, there is actually a sleeping or rest area for my driver. So I'll try to do that right there. And I'll stop the video. Okay, so yeah, that's basically it. 1% improvement. And what else I have to say? Yeah, I don't have any particular schedule. Initially I want to create, at least I want to challenge myself to create this video every day for the next 30 days. Possible, and I do have experience of making videos for 30 days straight. I am no stranger to that kind of challenge, but 30 minutes a day, it's just too difficult. Even 10 minutes is quite challenging if I have to do it 30 days in a row. So I don't think I'm going to go with that challenge, but I'm glad that I'm making this first video. Far from perfect, but the first step is always the most important step. Okay, why this car is stopping? Yeah, I have to go really, really quickly because the driver, this character I'm playing, is feeling sleepy. He wants to go to sleep and he wants to rest. Otherwise, he will zone out while I'm driving. Essentially, the screen will be dark for a few seconds and I have no control over this car, this vehicle. So that's really bad. There is no rest area. Usually in this toll gate, there's almost always a rest area. Why it doesn't open? Why it's not open? That's not good. Do I have to come back? Usually there is an automated toll gate. This is, yeah, turning back is not easy. Now I'm just wasting my time. Okay, let's go back. I forgot how to actually go back with the trailer. It is surprisingly not easy. It is not like a car. It is counterintuitive. If you want to go to the left, you will go to the right, and vice versa. That's why truck is different. So here. Okay, I have to do it carefully. I don't want to hit yet another vehicle. Okay, that should be good. Okay, can I enter please? Ah, I didn't mean that. Oh, sorry about that. Yep. Okay, let's try that one more time. Yeah, I'm destroying my trailer and my truck. Ah, not good. Come on. I'm trying to make this video to not be over 30 minutes. And now it is 25 minutes. I didn't plan that. I only planned to create a 10-minute or maybe 15 minutes, at most 20-minute video, but now we're close to 26, 20, maybe I will stop at about 27. Yep, I can see that there is a rest area nearby, so I'll park my vehicle right there and I'll stop video. So yeah, that's just a summary about what I'm about to do on this channel. This is some random video. There's no particular goal, but it's nice to create something like this, and I'm gonna be using this opportunity to improve my speaking, my fluency, and to just get something out of my chest. So well, that's quite wonderful. And let me just park my vehicle. It should be somewhere in here. Okay. Why I cannot sleep? Okay, what is wrong with this game? What is wrong with this game? This is the parking area. This is where people, or not people, yeah, people in the game can park their vehicle and go to sleep. It's not running? Okay, that's really strange. That is strange. Okay, let me check again. Yeah, I'm sitting exactly where I need to be. Do I need to decouple the trailer first? No. That would be ridiculous. Okay, maybe I have to park it carefully. So yeah, I guess in the past 5 minutes or so, I've been dealing with this truck, trying to park it. How do I decouple the trailer? I believe there is a way to decouple the trailer so I can move more freely. Okay, I don't see it. How about this? You should be... This is a parking spot. And no, it doesn't matter whether you park, how do you park, you can always... How do I go sleep? I don't see the sleep button. Usually there's going to be a message prompt telling me that I can just press a button and then go to sleep, but no. Okay, this is becoming ridiculous. Yeah, it's quite challenging. Okay, let's try this. Still nothing? Let me check that. How do I go to sleep? Okay, vehicle, quick actions. How about... Let me check that. Could it be F7? I should not be pressing that button. That also controls my video. But doesn't matter, let me try that. Oh, not that one. How about F11? No, not that one. Yeah, I'm not so sure, but anyway, at least the truck is now stopped. I just need to find a way to actually make this character or this driver to go to sleep. But I'll just figure out later with using Google. But for now, that's basically it. That's all that I want to say on this very first video on my personal YouTube channel. And I guess I'll catch you later.